In the forest deep, where shadows creep, a plan was hatched that no one could keep. Ewoks angry with the fire in their eyes, strapped to rockets, they took to the skies. Furry missiles in the stars tonight, they'll crash and burn, but they'll win the fight. Tiny warriors with their primal roar, sacrificing all to settle the score. No blasters left, no ships to spare, just furry fighters with hearts laid bare. Strapped to hope, they launched in waves to light the void and the Death Star's grave. Oh, the galaxy will tell this tale of courage found where weapons failed. The furry ones who rose so high to bring down the evil from the sky. Furry missiles in the stars tonight, they'll crash and burn, but they'll win the fight. Tiny warriors with their primal roar, sacrificing all to settle the score. No blasters left, no ships to spare, just furry fighters with hearts laid bare. Strapped to hope, they launched in waves to light the void and the Death Star's grave. No blasters left, no blasters left, no blasters left. No blasters left, no blasters left, no ships to spare, just furry fighters with hearts laid bare. Stallion warriors with their primal roar, sacrificing all to settle the score. Their tiny hands grip fate so tight, 1,000 souls, one fiery flight. Through the cold void they blaze the trail, heroes of fire in the rebel tale. Tiny hands grip fate so tight, 1,000 souls, one fiery flight. Through the cold void they blaze the trail, heroes of fur in the rebel tale. The score, oh, the score. Just furry fighters so tight, bring down the score.
In my backyard, veneers in his face. Gary busy in my backyard, he won't vacate from this place. He's my mortal nemesis, he won't leave the premises. His teeth I always see, he's hiding in the trees. Gary busy in my backyard, veneers in his face. Gary busy in my backyard, he won't vacate from this place. He's such an evil foe, he's laughing in my phone. He's everywhere that I go, he won't leave me alone. Gary busy in my backyard, veneers in his face. Gary busy in my backyard, he won't vacate from this place. And Gerald foe, he's laughing in my phone. He's everywhere that I go, he won't leave me alone. Gary busy in my backyard, veneers in his face. Gary busy in my backyard, he won't vacate from this place. Everyone's Gary busy, everyone's Gary busy, everyone's Gary busy, everyone's Gary busy.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
Damn.
Oh, sorry, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope you're ready and all that stuff. So the camera froze, and I was like, oh, my God. So do I have to stop everything to get it back going on. So I was able to refresh it. Here we are. Hey, sorry, everybody. Let me start for real. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio.
Welcome to
Welcome to it. Let me introduce you my co-host and producer. Right over there off camera is Krista.
Hi.
Like I said, technical difficulties. Sorry once again. Hopefully that will, whatever. They happen. So what do we have for you tonight and why? Because today's an unusual day that we do this sort of thing. Well, we're busy with the move and everything. Tuesday didn't get a show. Wednesday got a show that, honestly, people left, and I understand why. They told me this, and I couldn't stand it. It was terrible. I had to get out of here. But there's a sniper after you. You saw. That's the thing. When I reset it, I'm going to reset everything on the camera. Bro. Anyway, welcome to it. What do I have for you tonight? Well, a couple of things. One was vetted, hopefully. I cannot prove this, but ideally it was vetted by FDO. He is the one who submitted it. It is all about food safety as a food handler. Training thereof. Then I've got a cluster of commercials from the late 90s because I feel like, I don't know, I haven't found where I want to be with late 90s. I want to see where like the 2000s are starting to bloom and the 90s are starting to die a horrible prolonged death. That being said, like I said, up first is a little something about food safety, and I think it has one of those... So it's one of those things where, I don't know, there's going to be a heel or a foil, a comedic foil. I don't know what you would call it in this scenario, but there's going to be like a Melvin character who's going to get all the hijinks. As far as I can tell, I just scrubbed through it a little bit. I somewhat trust FDO.
Jameson says, sorry, I only left for the opportunity to troll a predator.
I can appreciate that. When you came clean, I was like, yeah, you made the right decision. I told you made the right decision. Like if Steven Coates is out there and you can troll him in his chat. Yeah, you should have told me. I would have brought my show with you. Because honestly, that would have been a better time. Anyway, that's what I got for you. So let's buckle up. I don't know what time frame this is from. Will it tell me? Food handlers, absolutely no information as to.
Fun fact, we had to get our food handlers card for our meat hall because
it's a fun fact.
We serve ice.
Now, ice is considered a food. You see it printed on every bag. It says, hey, ice is a food. It's got to be 2000s. But I want to find out where the sickness started, FDO. I don't want to go like deep into it. Like you don't want to jump into the Spanish flu in the middle. You want to go, where'd this start? Anyway, let's watch this video. Hot dogs. We have microwaves for hot dogs at my place. Come on by, bring your own hot dog. All I have is a microwave. Woof, dog. This is a
raw ribs.
I've seen many a training video like this. I've worked in food service before. Like it's a short order cook and all sorts of other things. And these are by far the least unpleasant to sit through. Like corporate bullshit, like office bullshit is way more boring than this.
Yes. You can serve hot dogs now.
Hello. Welcome to Food Handler Training.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you for being able to join us today.
You're welcome.
My name is Derek.
Oh, my Lord. Is this food handler training? Wow. This is like Hillhouser's depressed cousin.
Look at that background.
Wow.
Daryl Hammond, and I'm the Chief of Environmental
I'm
Health
Daryl Hammond.
Wow,
that's good
for the
impression.
Irving Health Department. Today we're going to present a short training program that is geared towards you, the general food service employee. We plan to present many of the basic rules.
As a general food service employee, what we call unskilled labor. How does that make you feel? It make you feel like you're worth a minimum wage? Because you are.
And principles that you should be familiar with before working in a food operation. As a food employee, you are the first line of defense against conditions, practices, and procedures that are set forth in the food code to protect the health and safety of the public.
As an aside, I can't tell you how many times I personally, going through these like IRL, have been told I am the head of defense for umpteen number of things, from like not letting fish die in a pet store to now, not poisoning people with food. What an accent. But yeah, where is he from?
Roadkill.
Right?
As you view this video, try to focus on what things are acceptable.
Is that Dustin McFetridge? Is this like Doesn't he look like Dustin McFetridge's dad? Because like his mom was with his stepdad and his dad fucked off. Does this guy not look like the spitting image? Take away the mustache and give him the ability to walk. It's Dustin McFetridge. Holy shit. He wanted not to be shaved up here.
And which ones are not. At the end of each segment, I will summarize the main points for you to
CDs
review.
and DVDs, that's all the same to me. I'll get rid of
I
everything.
believe that the most effective way to present this material is by actually viewing the interaction between a health inspector and the people in the facility.
I want to
Irving.
see how big his cue cards are, because like his eyes are moving, but also, that wrestling dude.
that he is inspecting. So
Here comes
come
the city
on,
of
let's
Irving.
get the camera
Duck.
and follow
Health.
him. I think he should be arriving just about now.
Of course, they hand out the sleekest of cars to the public officials. It's like one of the 1997 Geo Metro, and it's not the hatchback either, guys. That's the sedan. That might even have
That's
the 4-cylinder engine instead of the
fancy.
3. Yep, dries a boat.
Hello, I'm Inspector Roy, here to do your regular city health inspection. Is the manager here today?
No, the manager's out sick today.
No.
John and Harry are in the back, the other kitchen employee, and today's Harry's first day.
Oh, okay, so I guess you're in charge.
I guess so.
All right.
I don't have
So
no
what are you
gloves
doing
on.
there?
Is that okay?
I'm sanitizing.
Doesn't this feel like the beginning of like the lowest budget porno you've ever seen? Porno.
I guess you're in charge today. Now drop
Where am I
them
going to deliver
panties.
these city-ordained meatballs and sausages? Well, I got Crystal and Steve in the back. Want to get with them? No. This guy looks like
Ties
a
the
billy
probe,
goat.
and now I'm
A sexual
yeah.
billy goat.
checking the temperature of the fajita meat.
Very good, 170
great.
degrees. It needs to hold at 140
Do
or
you typically leave like just dishes open to the air to let your chafing water just evaporate?
hotter. That's very good. And I noticed when you did
It's
sanitize
weird.
your
It's
probe, you need
true.
to remember also to sanitize your thermometer holder.
Okay.
And the thermometer?
Well, let's see here. Oh, I see a violation over here. The
Violation.
trash can for your customers needs to have a cover on it.
Car.
Oh, okay. I'll let my boss know that.
Do
Violation
you have
on.
a copy of the last inspection report?
Yes, it's on the office door.
Okay, well, we'll
Here's another thing. This is reading to me now like a good interrogation, because this woman has changed her story like 3 times. She's like, "There's no manager. It's just me. I guess I'm in charge. I don't know where anything is. Is that a violation? I don't know." And he's like, "Hey, where's the last thing that you would definitely know about if you were in charge?" She goes, "It's over there." Highly specific, right? I'd never. All the places I worked where I served food, if you walked in and said, "Hey, where's your last health inspection paperwork?" I don't even know what you call it, certificate, I'd be like, "I don't know, dude. Call my manager." I don't have the ordinance.
get to that when we get back there. You must post your last health inspection report in the kitchen area so management employees can be reminded of the last
He's trying to make her head blow up. He's like a scanner.
inspection
He's trying to make
and
my
what
head blow up.
violations were marked. The main concern should be to correct everything that was noted and not have any repeat violations.
He looks like a wax dummy that's sort of like was transported on a hot day and his face started to slide one way.
So you've got a drink there with a lid and a straw. That's proper.
Okay, yes, my boss said we could have one with a lid and a straw.
Okay.
Cool.
The
Your
city
boss
of
seems
Irving
like a
allows
cool
you to
dude.
have a beverage as long as it has a lid and a straw. We do not allow any bottles, cans, or coffee mugs, or any other type of open container.
No, like half-broken mason jars with jagged edges. We don't want like
man.
bowls or dog bowls or anything like that. Like no pouches, like no baggies of water. It's a no-go. I had to learn all this too. They teach you this at food card handling school.
Yeah.
Hey, don't let anybody use anything that isn't a cup. Basically, they can't come in with hands full of a liquid drinking it. Right? You have to set the line somewhere.
This is to minimize
No, have
hand-mouth
coconuts.
contamination.
No three-quarter coconut. No coconuts whatsoever.
Nope.
I notice you've got 2 rings
A
on. We
whole
only
new world of
Oh,
licenses.
he's gonna get her.
allow 1 ring, 1 tight watch.
Oh, my boss said I could have a ring on both hands.
No, we only
He never mentioned how tight my watch is. I need to file a complaint.
Why can't you have another ring on your other hand?
So it's like whatever. It's bureaucratic concession.
I don't remember
They want,
that.
Like in a perfect world, they want you to have nothing
Right.
that you're, on your body that can transport or grow.
Just wear fucking
bacteria.
gloves.
I don't know. These rules, I get why, because if you've worked in any sort of job, you've had that one person who maybe not even just like phones in his work, but like is antithetical to certain things. So like if the correct thing to do would be to like wash out your rag in this bucket, squeeze it out in this sink, and then hang it, the lazy employee throws his rag in the bucket and leaves it for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
The bad employee throws it on the floor.
Sure.
But like that, those people you can't save, right? Those people are never going to, like, no matter how much
Only
you
allow
train
a
them.
ring on one hand.
Oh, okay.
An employee is allowed to
You, but she steals her own ring.
wear one wedding ring and a tight-fitting watch on hands. Necklaces should be tucked into the shirt, and no dangling earrings or bracelets are allowed. It is virtually impossible to properly wash hands with jewelry and eliminate all germs. Okay, let's see here. It
I
looks
mean, unless your hands are like in and out of sanitizer fluid all the time, or like you're in some places have a little bleach bucket rolling around. She'll strip the oils from your hands and the meat from your fingers down to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not, like, whatever.
looks
My
like
boss
you're,
said I could wear this watch. My dad is a
Was a
POW. He kept it safe in his ass.
ass.
Wash your hands.
apron
ass.
and your hair restraint is proper. Looks real nice.
Well, that's
Oh, wow,
a
thank
cute
you.
Top, and it really fills out the apron really nicely.
Here's the start of the corn.
It's important to have your
Holla,
hair
holla,
properly
holla.
restrained.
Who are you talking to? I want her to like lean over.
Huh?
And be like,
Just her head goes
fuck?
whoop slowly in the
hair
frame.
doesn't fall into food. A hair restraint is required unless the hair is worn
Stand
in a
very
style
still.
that
I
is
need a hair dominatrix if it's been bad.
acceptable. Nothing in front of the ears or on the forehead. Okay, let's see here. Your
There's plenty of hair over here, but it's not on your forehead, so I guess I can't get
Single
it.
service forks, spoons, and knives. Those need to be
Forks.
inverted so that your handle is up.
Oh, okay.
Your
Yeah.
Let me touch
single-service
all of the
containers
tops
here-
of those with
Okay,
unwashed
copy that.
hands.
Did she do them all, like one by one, or did she dump them all out and start it fresh? I want to know. What
She
the-
grabbed them all by the top and turned
she
them
pulled them
over.
and threw them into the dude's face, and now, like, when we cut back, it'll be special guest star Roddy McDowell or John Hurt.
And no hair down there.
Hmm.
Doesn't show her what I mean.
properly inverted. That's good. And your signs over here, looks like you have your food permit
It says
sign,
on,
your
which
food
is
manager
nice.
certificate, your Heimlich maneuver poster, no smoking poster, and on
I licked his rectum. You guys seen Beavis and Butthead?
your buffet line, you have your please use a clean plate sign. That's very good. A current food establishment permit
Please wrap your booty hole effectively. It's over there by the toilet. I appreciate that one too.
is required to be posted, as well as the establishment's registered food manager
It annoys me that he gets a badge, like a metal badge. Like
And he's got a
food cop and like a hall monitor sash. He's got patches and badges and sashes and tags.
I
and
think
shit.
that's just his
Like,
bag.
What? No, that's definitely like a safety.
That black sash.
Oh, yeah,
it's
100%.
just to hold his tie
When he
down.
gets merit badges.
certificate. The Heimlich poster or choking poster
Like
is
people
required
choke,
to be
yeah.
posted.
Back in the 70s?
And a please use a clean plate sign is required at the buffet.
Yeah, one
No
take
redos.
Charlie in every one of these fucking no take twos, no editing. Like you can't cut away to anything. Nobody got any B-roll at any point. We're like, yeah, just film
This
the
is
masters.
fine.
Line.
So he has a
Well,
badge
looks like
and
your
a-
lights are covered
gun.
under your
And a thing on his arm. What's that called? A patch.
Patch.
serving line here. That's very good. And your milk's iced down, and I don't see any
And your
expiry
milk bags are fluffy and perky.
dates.
Sir,
So we check those every day to make sure there's no
we
out
check the milk every day. At the end of the day, obviously all the ice is gone. They're very warm, but we check them.
Yeah.
We say, yep, hey, warm as hell, but yep, check. I checked them.
Next morning, we refill the ice again.
Warm as hell.
That's very important. Very good.
Diarrhea is
well,
our
I'm
number
ready
one
to check
export.
the back room now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's totally his bag. Thank you.
Yeah, here comes the back room guy.
Your food permit, food manager certificate, and the choking sign posted in a clearly visible location. Wear
so hot I had to drink a 2 liter of Mountain Dew.
clean clothes and be
Wear
neat
clean
in appearance.
clothes.
Wear only one wedding ring. No other rings
No
or
polygamists on our property, please. It clashes with our morals and values.
bracelets. have hair
No
properly
pineapple people, if you know what I mean. The boring ones or the sex perverts. Especially the boring ones. Jesus.
restrained or worn in a style
don't
that
say
does
that
not
word.
require
Oh.
a head cover. Drink only from an approved container.
And approved liquids. No
a
pee.
lid and straw. Store all utensils for customer use.
Handles up.
Handles
Who are they
up.
quoting? We're quoting Mark Twain from Tom Sawyer. Handles up, he said.
Store all takeout
No
containers
stripes or
inverted.
epaulets?
Have probe
Epaulets?
thermometers
Service medals, the purple tongue for injuries during a check.
readily
Yeah, hell yeah,
available
the
and
purple tongue,
sanitized
yeah.
before each use. Make sure that cooked foods are at least 100
In the back room. Yeah, because that's the thing. If you were going to, whatever, you do you, right? But I feel like having sex in a fast food establishment would be beneath my character. I mean, other places, sure, it depends on the classiness. But if you're going to sex up someone that works at a fast food place and they have a walk-in fridge and a walk-in freezer, I would go into the walk-in fridge because you get a little bit of, obviously have either someone there to get the handle or stick a pallet jack leg in there or whatever and get it on. Because the lower your body temperature you can keep during the act, the longer you could last. And not like, it's fast food. And you're probably a child. Hopefully you're working at fast food.
Hopefully.
Don't have sex near my food, though. It's disgusting. I'm sorry I gave this idea.
40 degrees
Almost got
Fahrenheit.
busy in the Burger King bathroom. The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. We did the Humpty Hump.
Before placing on the steam table for hot holding. Ensure that all food products,
Hot holding.
such as milk, are not past their expiration date before use.
My mail.
Have covers on trash containers in customer areas.
Harry, is that a cigar?
That was the most unnatural walk out of a
this is-
door.
Here's the thing. It's easy for the layperson to make fun of things that they find wrong with the performances of actors, right? The layperson, it's bad acting, whatever. Put an average jackass like this dude with his dad belly and man boobs.
Stains
and
on his shirt.
Uncle beard or whatever. This is the kind of shit you would do. You thinking you could outact anyone. When the camera starts rolling, you act like a fucking knuckle nuts. I knew I was going to do that, so like when I was doing Raiders of the Lost Genre, I leaned into it. Like I knew I probably, without coaching, and especially it was just me and my jackass buddy doing it, there was no way I was going to gain any authenticity in my performance, so I just leaned into being fucking crazy. That's what this guy's doing, but he's not realizing he's leaning into it.
You can't smoke back here.
Well, smoke rings up
And
my
your door's
butthole,
propped
Harry.
open. Your delivery man's long gone. It needs to stay shut to keep insects and rodents from coming
Did
in.
he just like
Who
run
the
away?
fuck are you? You don't work here.
And outside here, your grease barrel, it
Oh
doesn't
my
have
God, so many insects and rodents. They're just swarming in. Literally every container outside your establishment is open. What the hell, Gary?
the lid on tight, and your dumpster lids are open. That's a violation. All food must be from an approved source, which is from a licensed
Back to the judgmental dimension.
Seriously.
and inspected facility. Foods prepared at home may not
Tile work reminds me of, I don't know if they all had this, but we had a cookie. Maybe it wasn't even like a,
Wetzel's Pretzels.
no. And in Fiesta Mall, before that got torn down here in Arizona, we had like a little side restaurant that was like on a corner of the food court that did not pretzels. God damn you! It was cookies and stuff, like big cookies and cookie cakes and shit like that. But their thing was cookies, and it was that white and the yellow and the red and the blue like inner tiles. And I thought, why haven't I ever seen that before? And that's I don't think it was like part of a chain. Like it wasn't a Sally Fields. It was just like. But I was too young to realize. But then they disappeared, like as that mall like dried up and died, and got replaced with like a real live Mexican butcher shop.
FDO says Great American Cookies.
No, it wasn't
I don't know,
that.
but I feel like this also looks like a Wetzel's Pretzels. Like I know it's not, but like the tile work, I feel like
this was a through and through like a local, because it was like in my head, like because I'm whatever, a child in Fiesta Mall at the time, looking up and seeing Grandma Something's cookie shop. It was like not a chain, but it was right next to like the Cinnabon. So it was a duel of smells. Chocolate and cinnamon. Who would win?
not be
oh yeah,
used in
he's like telling us
preparation
all
or
off like he's
sold.
disappointed.
Hello, John.
You're
Haven't
right,
seen
Brick.
you in a while. What are you doing there?
Hello. Well, I'm just going through the milk.
Touching them all.
Make sure that we pulled out all the outdated items. We wouldn't want to serve them. We separate them from the good product, and because we get credit from the vendor.
Okay,
for this.
very good. You've got it marked.
Okay, I mean, you
See
said
ya.
it fucking 10 times, and I'm done listening to you, Gary. Bye. Have a good one, Gary. He's like, oh, but the products, fucked up his one chance
Both
to go
guys
to Hollywood. Dude was like
named Gary.
the big hairy monster in the Great Muppet movie where Fozzie and Kermit are in the Studebaker with Gonzo. And they're like talking to that giant monster. They go, hey, we're going to Hollywood. And he goes like, ooh, and he runs off. You don't want to go to Hollywood. That's this guy. He's fucked.
Any expired product cannot be used or sold if a food product is out of date. It'll be marked
I am the law.
as a violation unless it's
There's
stored
that
in a
female
marked
and
return
blonde. I
bin.
know, that's the problem.
The same goes for molded, rotten produce. Our code says nothing can be used past its use by, or best by date.
The food handler's code. We take the food handler's oath. First, do no food harm.
What are you doing now?
God damn it, Gary. What's happening now? All this bric-a-brac and rigmarole back here.
Well, it's just
I found these 2 apples, Chief, and I don't know what to do with them. I got 2. They're one in each hand. I'm looking around. I'm waiting for my cue. I'm waiting for you to step all over my lines again, you dick.
basically the same principle. I'm pulling out the vegetables that are no longer any
tomatoes,
good. All
but they're yellow as hell.
produce that's just not up to our quality standards here.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, yellow as hell and hard as fuck. That meets our quality standard. We don't like our customers. Simple as that. Fuck them.
Any expired product cannot be used or sold if a food product is
I don't
out of
like when he
date.
looks directly at
It'll
the
be marked
camera.
as a violation
Makes me wanna look
unless
away
it
from
is
the
stored
screen.
in the
Yeah.
marked return bin.
Yeah.
The same goes for molded, rotten produce. Our code says nothing can be used past its sell
His
by,
hair is
use
weird.
by, or best by
Mold
date.
by
Well,
date.
let's see. What do we got back here in the old walk-in? Oh, back here,
Oh,
this is a
that's my
violation.
secret stash of pornography. You guys see the Clerks the animated series? They get locked in the freezer, and Randall's there opening the Corn magazine. It's like,
Ugh.
and Dante's there, and he's like, and Randall's like, it's frozen, right? That's
Violation,
right.
John, you've got a raw chicken stored over
Here's my
produce.
soul
It's a
upstairs. Yeah,
violation to
Brad.
store raw chicken or other
It,
raw.
it travels through time and space to hit you wherever you are when you see it. It's like a VHS, like grudge style curse. This dude,
meats over other foods.
his goatee,
Juice or
the fact that it's so lopsided.
blood containing
His hair
bacteria
is
may fall or
lopsided,
drip
too.
onto food below, resulting in
He sleeps on his left side. You can tell. Like a beard owner, you know when you just notice when other people, if they own beards, you can say, you sleep on this side. Like I sleep on my right side. So my right, the side of my mustache is constantly fucked up and this side's always crazy and wild. You know, you just learn these things. Just manage it with a nice brush, a little heat, a little cool. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can have bad hair days on your face and your head, people. Don't fool yourself. You get yourself a nice beard, you go, whoa, this is going to be good for infinity. No. Hair can be bad on the head, including the face, because it's still on the head. Do yourself that service and remember that.
cross-contamination. You've got some cases on the floor, some
Just a
watermelons
piece
on
of
the
chicken
floor that
just
need to be
hanging
up
out?
off the floor.
Yes, sir. Well, the bucket's
Yes,
okay,
sir.
isn't
The
it?
bucket's okay because it has a proper cover. It's got
But I'm still going to ding you on the watermelon and the leaky box of shit.
all sides, so it's
The original cookie
The
company.
original cookie company. Okay. So maybe the grandma's was down in Superstition or maybe Tri-City. But yeah, the original cookie company. Yeah. Like that wasn't a chain, is it? Like that's not a... I never heard of it
impervious
before.
to cross-contamination, so you can
Okay.
still have the bucket down there.
Okay, great. Now I'll move the boxes. And the
Oh boy,
watermelon.
thank you
Your
so much,
foods
sir.
here seem to be properly covered. That's good. I see dates on them, used by dates.
sir.
That's also
Why do you have so many dates on these things? It's wasteful.
very good. Let's see. I'm going to need to check if some temperatures in here on your chicken.
Check out my merce. Oh, bend over
Need
there,
to
Gary.
sanitize my probe thermometer here so I don't cross-contaminate that chicken.
But you don't know where this... What, lad? It's
Uh,
just... Again, what the
Stab
fuck
it.
is it
Very
doing
good.
there? Just-
It's at least 38 degrees. Of course, you know you have to hold all cold food at 41, so you're
You
good.
also might want to like cover it with literally anything. A piece of
Why wouldn't
plastic,
you? Right.
Some butcher paper, another pan turned upside down.
anything.
The fuck are we doing here, my dude?
Cooler's working great. All potentially hazardous foods held in a cooler must maintain an internal temperature of 41 degrees Fahrenheit or colder. That's the product temperature, not the air temperature of the cooler. Probe thermometers should be used to check the internal
Use.
Here's the thing, guys. Also, the number one issue, and you would see this looking down the barrel of the camera, but all of these reflections in his glasses needn't be. Adjust the camera angle slightly, adjust one of the lights mildly. Problem solved. Very unprofessional. On top of him constantly breaking the fourth wall, we don't need to have like what's his nut style lens flares in his fucking eyes.
And like, not only this, okay, so he tells the guy what is right or wrong, then he tells us here what's right or wrong, and then follows it up with words on the screen saying the same exact fucking thing of what was wrong.
Yeah.
And what you need to do.
Is a part of us all. A part of us all. A part of us all. Sorry to repeat myself, but repetition is to help you remember. Part of us all.
temperature of any of the food in the cooler.
Keep outside doors closed except
And inside
when in
doors
use.
open.
Keep lids closed on outside dumpsters and grease containers.
Keep ingestion of cheesy biscuits to a minimum.
No smoking of any kind except in properly designated areas.
Except for 420 blaze 'em up toke rooms.
Use only food from approved sources. No
Approved
food from
source.
home. Segregate any expired products. It must be kept for credit and clearly mark do not use.
Also by color.
Do not
What?
store raw poultry, eggs, meat, or fish above other food products. Do not store food items on the floor. Keep all foods covered in storage.
Your cookie company had about
Do not leave
120 or
products
so
in cans
locations,
that have been opened.
and then they all ended up closing in the early 2000s.
Not bad then. Like I only saw the one, so 120 across 50 states. I don't know where the rest of them were. I just remember them being outside of the norm because I remember seeing the Sally Fields and everywhere else, like Arizona Mills. Everybody in the mall is going to be guaranteed like 2 or 3 things, maybe less as time goes on. But you got like the pretzel store, the cookie store,
Dairy Queen,
a Dairy Queen, possibly a Sbarro's or some other pizza thing. Used to be you'd have like a Virgin or like a FYE or something with physical media. Those going the way of the dinosaur guys. Big in the 90s. You want to talk about things that were big in the 90s? Physical media. If you wanted
huge.
something. It was huge in the 90s. You go, I need a movie. You go, guess what?
FYE.
There's no cloud. What are you going to look up into the sky? No. Go to Target and spend $30 for a VHS cassette tape. It is a piece of plastic that holds one movie. And if you want to watch it again, you have to wait for it to rewind. It takes a long time. Or if you watch any part of it again, you go, I want to see that again. Zzz, you're whining. You're doing it physically, guys. It was huge in the physically and metaphysically. Metaphorically, metaphysitastically.
Always maintain product temperature
Huge.
in cold holding units at 41 degrees Fahrenheit
My cold
or
holder.
below.
My over-the-shoulder cold boulder holder. Oh, God
Oh,
damn it.
Harry.
Perfect.
That's a
He's the
major
worst one.
violation. You can't eat and drink in the kitchen. You've got to eat either in the
These guys are the original odd couple. They go home and they have really filthy sex with one another.
office area or in the dining room.
The price was huge, too. Yeah, that's no joke.
Employees may only eat.
Yeah, P.S. You don't turn a fucking hand wash sink into a table, you stupid bitch.
It's his first day.
You brought yourself like a home TV tray to your...
This is the
Where?
guy's first day.
Dude's a douche. He's fired as shit.
Drink in
Nepotism,
designated
am I
break
right?
areas. Offices are in the
Just try
dining
not
room
to
with the
smile.
exception
Yeah.
of a drink with a lid and a straw.
Clearly, as we have just seen, we're using on-camera mic. He's not wearing a lav because if he were, the hand washing wouldn't have sounded like it's right next
Right
to
there?
his mouth. The fuck?
Oh, good. You're washing your
Oh,
hands.
good. Wash those dirty, dirty hands. And then we'll do your feet next.
Filthy woman.
It's very important to wash hands after eating, drinking, smoking, using
Wash your ass, too.
the restroom, before and after handling any food, between handling raw and ready-to-eat
Like,
food.
never not be washing your hands, guys. If your hands are empty at any time, be washing them.
After cleaning and after touching any part of your body. It's very important to use warm water and scrub with soap for at least 20 seconds.
No, that's the thing, Brick. that I don't know if that's ever going to be recreated. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But like going to the store and like earmarking some of your money for blank physical media, be it cassettes, either VHS or music, blank CDs or whatever. Anytime you were like, I don't know, that felt so, not like DIY, but it felt like so punk rock and underground. You're like, oh my God, I'm making my own mix CD. And now it's just like all music is available all the time. Like back then, you'd have to like go on to Napster or LimeWire or whatever, find your shit, download it, make sure it wasn't mislabeled. Somebody trying to move their band's music by labeling it something wrong or whatever. I don't know. We're doing the same thing, except they're getting pennies on the thousands of streams instead of just like building a solid rapport with their fans. Sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
FDO says the problem is we live in an age where nothing feels special because we have everything at our fingertips.
That's what I'm saying. We've lost the whether it's real or forced, the scarcity, right? Like when you would make something, you say as an artisan or a single person, you go, I'm making this much of this thing, and that's it.
Right, just a limited edition.
Right. Or like, hey, guess what? It's September through October is the time to catch the Garfield Halloween Christmas or Halloween and Christmas and all those other specials. You get a 3 month chunk rather out of the year to catch this shit. And so you lived and died by those schedules. But now I talk about it all the time, put it on the bingo card. I've got a playlist on my YouTube that is the Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in order, and sometimes I just blast through them on any given Sunday. You know what I mean?
And dry hands with a paper towel.
Where's the thing to turn the sink off or
Doesn't
on?
exist.
What did you do?
I don't know. It died. Oh. There was a small ad.
Don't
for
use a
Google.
cloth,
Oh.
and don't use an apron for drying hands. If an employee has a Band-Aid on their hands, they must wear a glove to protect the wound from contaminating
Giant gloves.
the food.
The
An
gloves.
These were the gloves I was talking about when everybody was like, oh, gloves, gloves, gloves. With our fucking Subway thing that went nowhere, and Tammy, that bitch. Here's another thing, though, too.
Why are they so big, though?
Because they're the cheapest ones. This puts me in mind of like when we used to watch like Chorped or Cutthroat
Chorped.
Kitten or
Cutthroat Kitten.
No, Chorped, Cutthroat Kitten. What other competition cooking shows did we ever watch?
The Iron Chef and all those ones.
Iron Chef. They were all like, I don't know, because it's inevitable, right? You're working on a bunch of knives. Every time they would cut themselves and wrap themselves in like these brightly colored blue or yellow Band-Aids, about 3 or 4 gloves, and they taped a glove. And at the end, they're just like, whoo, and they run their forearm across their forehead there, and then like their hand that was cut reads into camera, and it's just like a big red, like bulbous, blood-filled water balloon. And they go, yeah, I made it through the competition. I go, Jesus Christ, was it worth it? Like, you guys have millions of dollars. Like, can't you be like, oh, Mulligan, take 20 minutes. Like, the audience is there all day. It's not happening real time. Get the dude a butterfly. Then just start over. Like, you lost 12 minutes? Dude's bleeding out. Nicked his femoral artery. Ugh. And I go, well, you got to keep going. Like, yeah, for the drama of the show. But, I mean, Jesus.
Around and under the Band-Aid cannot be washed properly.
Worst.
Also, the Band-Aid doesn't come off in someone's food. If an employee doesn't have a Band-Aid on,
then
they
it
may
can't
want
come off in someone's food. Problem solved. Don't wear Band-Aids.
to use the hand sanitizer
the
after
wound,
they
like
dry
that.
their hands instead of the gloves. An employee must either wear gloves or use the hand sanitizer after hand washing before handling
Why don't
ready-to-eat
you do-
foods.
Don't touch your face with your gloves,
There
you
you
stupid
go.
bitch. Take that
Perfect.
fucking hat off.
Well, Harry, you just keep messing up here. You've got on dirty clothes. You just wiped your hands with your gloves.
We knew
you
that.
need an apron on, and you've got a cloth in your pocket. The cloth needs to stay in the sanitizer bucket between use. Depending on their illness,
That was a really aggressive edit. Dude's like, fuck you, I'm Harry. It's like, boom.
He's out.
a sick employee may be put on restricted duty,
Maybe.
such as non-food or utensil handling work, or they may have to be completely
One
restricted.
of our employees has full-blown explosive diarrhea. And here at the Burger King, we put them on the position that doesn't have to deal with food.
And we put a really big
That's
glove
weird.
around their
Yeah, we put
legs.
Them in a giant glove. I can't understand your accent.
from coming to work Your supervisor will be the one to determine this, but you must make him or her aware of your illness.
No eating or drinking in food areas except
Let's repeat
drinks with
these
lid and
things
straw.
all over again,
Do
but
not
in
ever
the other
block
guy's voice.
The guy's like, I just got out of prison and needed a job.
Access to hand wash sink.
This is
Always
a family
keep
restaurant
every
ran
hand
by
wash sink
Mr.
supplied with soap
Anderson's.
and paper towels. Thorough hand washing is required when
Required.
starting
You
worksheet.
get them paper towels. Run on down to the Piggly Wiggly and pick me up a roll of paper towel.
Shift, after going to the restroom,
Hell yeah.
after
I'm
handling
fucking
raw food
legit.
products, before handling clean utensils, after coughing, sneezing, touching hair or face,
Touching
after
butt or
eating,
dick.
drinking, or smoking.
Always keep your hands
after
just in the
sweeping,
air.
mopping, or other
Nothing
cleaning.
else ever.
Basically touching literally anything. When your hands are soiled, eating, drinking, smoking, picking your nose, scratching your ass, bopping, sweeping, waving, shaking hands, playing tennis, taking in a game of badminton, soccer if you happen to give someone a high five.
Generally, when hands are soiled. Band-aids must be covered with gloves. Employees with certain illnesses must be excluded or
Gotta get that extra chili out.
restricted
Gravy.
from handling of food or clean utensils.
Our chili spaghetti's made with gravy. Oh God, this douche.
Harry, that's a violation to stack food directly on the floor. You know better than that.
It's not stacked, dumbass. There's one of them.
Yeah.
Fuck off. This guy's old enough to know better. Look at him. He's 67 years old.
And this chicken here, it's a 64 degrees. It's in the danger zone. That should have been stored on
Danger
ice.
zone.
That's going to have
What's
to
this penis hole in it, Gary? There's a penis hole in the chicken.
be destroyed. All potentially
This is Kentucky Fried Assault.
hazardous food must be kept
I
out
was
of the
gonna shank
danger
him.
zone.
Yeah.
41
Yeah, baby.
degrees to 140 degrees.
He's like, I
during
don't mind going back to Alabama jail. Blam, 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 blam. Texarkana, here I come. Blam, 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 blam. He just lacerates his liver into oblivion.
storage, preparation, and holding, because germs that cause foodborne illness grow in the danger zone and they
Danger
multiply.
zone.
So it's
I
very
just
important
did
that
that.
potentially
Now
haz-
I'm doing it. Feel free to do it at home.
Do
Here's the
it.
thing. You want to hear a fun story? One of the meads we sell is called Cherry Bomb. So literally, I don't know, 7 out of every 10 times someone orders it, whether they do it in my face or wait till they get back to the table and do it quietly to themselves. So they go, Cherry Bomb. Every fucking time. Do I hassle them the second time it happens in a day? No. Rob them of that joy.
hazardous foods stay outside of that range or short periods in the danger zone, or sometimes unavoidable, but must be kept to a minimum. Okay, let's see. Oh, Harry, here
Harry.
your
Trips over the
defrosted
thing on the
frozen
ground.
chicken
Ah.
Holy
should
hell.
always be under running water when you defrost. Always keep it under running
Your
water.
water bill's gonna be
Proper
$1
way to
million.
defrost is under
Running water. You put an H in running.
cold running water with drain open in the cooler.
Kenny
or
Rogers who literally became an Asian. Yeah, he did.
in the microwave if to be cooked immediately. Never leave
I'll
out food
fly to the chicken zone. That's what Kenny Rogers sang when he became an Asian and had all those chickens.
on the counter or put in standing water. However, the best method is to plan ahead and
Perfect.
thaw out
Keep it
under
rolling,
refrigeration.
bro.
This is sitting out to be prepped, but it has an expired date. You're going to have to destroy that.
Destroy it with extreme prejudice. He's just gonna dude's gonna come in with like a propeller beanie with like a 2.5 gallon can of gas and just like bloop bloop bloop. I don't agree with your methods, Harry, but you get results.
And over here, I see you're stacking food without a cover. Should have a
Check out the front of your pants. Your penis is exposed.
cover on this product
Okay,
before
you're
you
stacking
stack
food
another
out of cover,
on.
but that chicken can just hang out.
And that
He's trying to intimidate him with the industrial can opener.
Yep.
can that you're opening is
Doesn't he
dented.
look like Tim Conway a little bit?
You can't use it. You're going to have to
Radio Shack.
destroy
Yeah.
that.
This guy needs to get with. They'd be best. They probably poker buddies.
Oh yeah.
Like the food handling guy hangs out with the scanner guy and he's like, you would not believe the
No,
day I
they
had."
do it online. They do the poker online because they don't live at the same place. Video
You know what year
poker.
it is? Online?
We don't know when this was. Early 2000s. There was internet then.
This is not the early 2000s. The early 2000s was in reference to the cookie company. This is not the early 2000s.
This
No way.
Eh.
What is he talking about?
I'm telling you, at the beginning of this,
Okay,
FD, I
right.
swore FDO said that this was the early 2000s.
No, he's a liar. He's full of shit. This is like,
It's got to be the 2000s.
there's no way it's the 2000s. No fucking way.
Thank you, FDO.
Listen. I did not say early 2000s. You said 2000s.
Sorry,
Listen,
whatever.
There's a couple of things where I'm like, no, right? Like, what year in 2000? This feels like so. At best, at oldest, I'm going to say 90s. It's shot in 4:3 aspect ratio. The color, like temperature of this shit is way off. Like, I see. I'm saying 90s. Brick, I would say 90s. Late 2000s. Bullshit. No, bullshit. What year was that car? What car did we see?
It was a sedan of
yeah, it was that. I called it a 1987 Chevy Metro or Geo Metro.
Geo Metro.
It's either a Chevy or a Geo Metro. It is a late 90s Geo or Chevy or whatever. I think Chevy released a Metro. If not, it's a Geo. But it's definitely a Geo. I could say 1996, 1997. That car was in 1994. Okay, I was being generous. Guys, I'm never wrong. I never wear shorts. Pastry is always better when it's a toaster strudel and not a Pop-Tart because they do wholesome shit. Let's not talk about anything else because I'm always right. The end. You guys understand that? I never want to see another piece of video or hear another shred of audio.
Mr. Yabo says that was a first-gen Prius.
Bullshit! No, you see the shape of that thing? That was a fucking Geo. That was the Geo emblem was like that, basically a globe with a little G in it. That was a 1000% Geo Metro. No, not a Prius at all, my friend. Do not step into my house with that fucking Prius shit. I'll open a can in front of you so fucking hard.
And
you'll
throw
wish
it away.
You'd never. Yeah, goodbye, chickpeas. Hey, Mr. Yabo, whoa, how does that make you feel? You embarrassed of yourself yet? You just threw them away. Yeah, fuck your shit.
Harry, that's not a hand sink, that's a prep sink. You just washed your hands on top of your defrosting chicken and contaminated it.
Whoops.
Only wash your hands in a
He's
hand
just gonna
sink.
straight up murder him.
But,
What are you doing?
not for nothing. People like this dude exist, but in like a real and very authentic and violent and dangerous way. So when I was working at Burger King, mostly everybody for the only time I encountered racism was when I worked at Burger King. My Hispanic manager thought I was racist, despite the fact that I got along with everyone in the kitchen staff. My girlfriend was Puerto Rican at the time. We had whatever. One guy, I forget his name. He was like fresh out of prison, and he always had a butterfly knife and or like a switchblade with him. And he and my manager, Maria, were always at each other's throats. Like if I was ever going to witness a murder, it was going to be one of them perpetrating upon the other. And that's what, like, I don't know, man. Like these guys exist, and they don't just go like, "Arr!" like he would whip out his knife, and like, not directly infer that he's gonna stab Maria, but like if there was a box of shit he needed to open and she was in the general vicinity and giving him shit, he'd go through the whole thing of doing the whole flippity doodah he would fucking do. Check the Discord.
You doing
It's
there,
the
John?
car.
Oh, I'm just setting out the chips
I'll check the
for
Discord.
tonight's meal.
Good, you got gloves on, that's great.
Yes, sir.
I want to try searching
always-
for the car.
Make sure to wash your
No, 1000%. That's not it. The front of the Geo Metro, you saw it. It was rounded. It was.
Yeah, it's in the Discord.
I see it. I am talking about what the car actually was, which is a Metro. They were not. No, they're not giving a municipal body a Prius at that time frame. Nowadays, yes, 1990s, late 1990s. No, you're getting a Prius. You're getting a 3-cylinder Geo Metro like S model. Give
your
me a
hands
break,
and don
you
a
guys.
fresh pair of gloves before we handle ready-to-eat foods.
That's correct. Oh, I see you've got your bulk bins here all labeled. You've got tight lids. But
Why
what's
aren't
this?
they on?
Oh, you're
Oh,
using
great, a dead mouse in your sugar.
a styrofoam cup for a scoop. All scoops must have a handle, and then you need to keep the handle sticking straight up.
Oh, no, man.
out of the
I think
product to
Mr.
prevent
Yabo's right.
cross-contamination. Well, let's see how the dry.
He posted an actual one.
I
And
saw the fucking thing in the Discord. I am aware the Discord is mine. I saw him. I saw them. Let me just scrub back. Here's what we need to do. We just need to go back to the beginning.
yeah. And you can see that the emblem on the front is the Toyota emblem.
That looks so much like a Geo Metro. It's unbelievable. I can't tell you. Listen,
Pictures.
it's not important. Is this going to help you get a job, Mr. Yabo? When you're applying for your fucking food handler's card, are they going to go, hey, bro, welcome to the job. First questions first. Geo Metro or Toyota Prius? You think that's going to come up? No. Learn things. That's all I ask of you, is to better yourself as a human being.
Storage room looks. Well, here's a violation right here. We have some single-surface containers that aren't stored in a closed bag to protect them from dust and debris. And over here we have food stored in an open bag, which should be poured into a bulk bin with a lid and label to prevent it from contamination. And we have foil on top of the scale. We don't allow foil to be used there.
Why not?
And here looks like some salsa that says refrigerate after opening, and that should have been put.
But since it wasn't made in San Antonio, I'll give it a pass. This shit's named New York City. Let it fucking rot.
In the cooler after it was opened. All products that say refrigerate after opening must be held in a cooler or on ice at 41 degrees or colder. If not, it'll have to be destroyed. Always read the labels and know your products.
Know your dealer also, apparently.
Where are you going with those?
I'm taking them back to the refrigerator. Make sure
There's a chatty group of red-haired bitches out there. They requested various types of melon, and I was going to let them eat it. That's what I was doing. Cliff?
Stay good and cold before we set them out on the line tonight.
Store them at 41. That's great.
And cover them, too.
Cut melons are properly being placed in the cooler to keep it out of the danger zone. Once melons are cut, they become a potentially hazardous food and require refrigeration.
That's a paddler, too.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm washing the lettuce for the salad.
Gently moving the lettuce around because I was directed to by the director. Am I effectively and or convincingly washing the lettuce? No. But there's a camera here, so we're all acting like we're aliens. Play. Hold on.
Again, we got to make sure all the contaminations are gone, as much of it as possible.
Hey, where'd you go? Hey, there you are. Godly gracious, are you the trickster god Loki?
You know, it comes out of, it's a plant grown in the field.
Good.
So we're just double checking.
It comes out of it's a plant that grows in the, there's contaminants off him, it grows in the field. Hey, give this guy more airtime. Go for Brentley, eat your heart out.
Keep food at
This
proper
guy's got the
temperature
diabetes in my heart.
and out of the danger zone.
Make sure all your lettuce is nice and wet.
140 degrees
That's what people
Fahrenheit
want.
or cold
I love my lettuce the wettest you can get it.
41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Don't you
All
dare
frozen foods
deviate.
in the cooler at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or less, under cold running water, in microwave and
Lettuce.
immediately cook. Do not use any food products past their expiration date. Do not stack unprotected foods on top of one another.
Wrap all your foods in condoms. Diaphragm.
Wash hands only in hand wash sink. Label all product containers. Do not leave products stored in open bags. Cover single service articles in storage. Read labels. Refrigerate if necessary. Handle ready to eat foods properly. Do not use rotted or spoiled produce or products.
So, I don't know. All training videos need to revolve around just hammering home the bare bones obvious, like the type of things that you and I would do given our druthers, because we don't want to, like, breathe in toxic mold and be responsible for the intestinal distress and or death of somebody else. But there are some people, again, out there who will do the lazy version of everything, which is fine most of the time. But then you have the person who's counterintuitive and doesn't even do the lazy version, and those are the people you're trying to get on board. But again, those people will never learn. I worked with a country mile of these dumb fucks. Again, when I was working at Burger King, one of the dudes I used to work with was like I met him going up through school. Total fucking chud. Like, had everything against him. He was overweight. He was an albino. He was thick glasses, bespectacled, braces, everything that you can be afflicted with, like Wendell and Milhouse and every nerd from The Simpsons. Is one person, even Gunter, right? And still, on top of that, went out of his way to be an asshole to people. Like, I tried to befriend him on several occasions. I would see him get relentlessly tortured and tormented by the other kids. I go, that has to be rough. I didn't have it great either, but like I would try to like find common ground with him. Nope, just a flat out asshole. So I went from being like, I spent so many years of my life from like 5th grade to up until I got a job with him at Burger King, feeling a little sorry for him, going like, yeah, that must be tough, having all these afflictions and also looking like a toad and licking your lips like a goblin from the animated Hobbit. It's just like there's so many things against him. And then I got to know him on a personal level, and I go, this guy's a fucking dick. So every time someone would like dump 1 million packages of all the sauces available at Burger King into his Sprite, and he'd take a big old swig before, you know, dry heaving, I would be like okay with it. You know what I mean?
Yes, he did try to. Yes, Rachel. Back in the day, back in the 90s.
And not currently. And I wasn't even trying to befriend him. Like, he was just a kid who was picked on relentlessly throughout my childhood. And I tried to find like some common ground with this fucking kid. And no, he was just a straight up asshole. Like, no matter how hard you tried to befriend him, on what level you tried to meet him at, to be like, yeah, it must be tough. He is just a piece of shit. Yeah, albino was huge in the 90s. Huge. 300 pounds if he was an ounce.
Thoroughly wash all produce before using.
Cindy, you know to wash your hands after touching the food, right?
You know to touch your toes after washing your hands there, Cindy. Oh, God, I think passes that.
Very good.
How dare you, Rachel?
Harry, you just touched a raw chicken and then you handled
Wrong.
lettuce.
How dare you?
You're going to have to throw that lettuce away. It's been cross-contaminated. Not in that trash can.
Don't you dare cross-contaminate that trash, you
Don't
son of a
do
bitch.
it.
I swear to God.
You gotta throw that chicken out now, too.
Put it in the lettuce trash can, Dennis. There.
He just
Good.
throws it at him.
Haven't they failed yet?
Oh, he's gonna wash
Harry,
the good.
there's blood all over this lettuce. You've cross-contaminated it. That's going to have to be thrown away.
I just want to like see the famous like clock swipe of like the passage of time. It goes, whoop, and like cut to like the trash can is gone. It's buried under a mountain of food, and he's just coming in again, like now like corn fresh from the field, and they go, Garrett, that has a chicken carcass on it. And he's like, throw it away. Throws it up on the pile, and he goes back out, and the manager's just like, I'm ruined. Fucking crazy. Fuck your lettuce. No lettuce for anyone. Chicken sandwiches are dry as hell today, if anyone's asking. Seriously, Jameson, I said The Odd Couple earlier, right? But they do dirty sex things at night. You got to believe that. You got to believe that. On the surface, dudes all work like, like a salmonella. And this guy's all like dropping Swisher sweet ash onto the chicken. And what fast food restaurant is just having like raw chicken just roll around the fucking place? The Odd Couple. Hilarious.
Harry,
that
that's
blood.
a prep sink, not a
Jesus.
ware-washing sink.
Not
That
a
needs
blood washing
Sink.
to be washed in a 3-compartment sink, not in a prep sink or not in a
Why
hen
is there so
sink.
much
This is
blood
only
in that
3
lettuce?
compartments. He murdered someone. That was how much blood
Hand
was in the
sinks are
lettuce?
not for washing pans. Hand sinks are for hand washing only. Utensil sinks or dishwashers are for pans.
Dishwashers.
Food prep sinks are for food only.
Here's the thing. It's never been done. Feel free to steal, like you steal everything else, you dubious bunch of motherfuckers on the internet. Maybe it has existed and I just haven't found it yet because it feels like it should be a low B tier movie type of thing. But if you guys have ever worked in food service or even like been a part of a big church or the big congregation, you might have had one of these. But like those dishwashers that were, I don't know, 3 cubic feet that you would push the roller full of bowls or dishes and you go shing, and it was like a big industrial machine. You'd hold it down for 3 minutes and the thing would fill with steam and water and shit, and you lift it up and you go psh, and you're like, I don't know, it was one of the things that I still want to get before I die is one of those dishwashing machines. I've never seen anyone get killed in a horror movie in one. Like, it seems like it could, like a sleepaway camp or like a Jason Voorhees type situation, or like in a restaurant, like Drive-Thru, I think was a shitty B movie. Like, they're huge, and they have to heat up the dishes to over 160 degrees to sterilize them.
Right.
So, like, imagine being, a 16-year-old running through, you're scared, the murderer's coming, and he balls you up and throws you into the dishwashing machine, and it cooks you when you come out at the end like a little meatball with a little visor on. Fucking hilarious.
Mop sinks are for mops and mop water on them. Well, John, what are you doing
I'm an idea guy, FTL. I'm an idea guy.
there? What can you tell me about your hot holding food back there?
Oh,
We
Lord.
try to serve it, take it out to the line at 165 degrees.
Pew, pew. My
so we
Judge Dredd gun says it's guilty.
Just trying to keep it at least 140.
Tell me about your cooking
What the
temperatures.
fuck?
All right.
We can cut the end of sentences, but not like the parts
Redo.
where he fucks up.
We just make it simple. We cook everything to 165 degrees.
Very simple. Very
Okay.
simple.
Oh, the washing powder in those dishwashers is corrosive.
Yeah, that too, because it has to break apart. That's the thing. When you're
skin.
When you have a human doing it who can like scrub and use their brain and eyes and everything, they go, oh, there's food. Da, 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 da. A machine doesn't know that. It's just spraying water. So you have to make the water super hot, super high pressure, and the soap super corrosive to eat away all the stuff to make up for the fact that there's zero elbow grease going in. So maybe that's it. They, like on sleepaway camp style, they roll one of the kids in, come down, open it up, and like, I don't know, maybe Ernest goes to camp and he's like, modeling play, and his eyes go back and forth, and it opens it up and the kid comes out. She's just like a ball skeleton.
Yeah, yeah.
Like from the Doom movie with The Rock Johnson in it.
Yep.
They're like, ah, you know what I mean? You guys know that movie. The Rock Johnson. He cut himself too?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
America's shittiest, next lowest chef.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy being pulled into the sink is like horrifying, but it's not what I'm talking about. Like, it needs to be like a corporeal humanoid form, like either cramming someone in there with sheer force, or like they try and hide somewhere and they just, I'm even, since, it'll be a movie to suspend my, disbelief and have it like anywhere between 2 and 4 times as large as it would be in real life. Be like, oh, it's our massive dishwasher because it's a huge camp, and you cook a bitch and she comes out with like a skeleton.
165.
Did
Very
it.
good.
I can kiss you, Harry.
Okay.
God, the way you work that thermometer is getting me horny.
Cold items, we try to keep all potentially hazardous foods at 41 degrees or colder.
We're basically out here in room temperature. I keep right here, actually, right here by the what is this, the bread oven? It's basically about 41 degrees here.
Except, of course, when they're cooked.
Of course, that's silly.
Okay, I'm getting 39 degrees now.
Oh, I'm getting a
So we-
message from the other side. Your mother says hello, Kent.
Kept it on ice, so that should be
I got an
good for it.
Very
EVP through
good.
my food thermometer. Well, anyway, I gotta
Harry,
wander off.
you're using a trash can for a table. You can't do that. You're cross.
You're using an empty, dilapidated house for a bed. You can't be squatting like that. Death be dishwasher. I'm not surprised it didn't come up with that on Monk. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like the size constraints would be the issue, right? Because you're working with basically what, like 9 cubic feet, and the human is going to be difficult. Maybe they would have to be like, taken out first, like some sort of other kitchen-related death, and they put them in one of those big trays and push them through, and then they become a skeleton. I don't know. One of those stories, like it wouldn't take much for a B-grade writer to have somebody die in autumn, like one of those industrial fucking rat-ass washing machines.
Contaminating your food prep service there. And John, over here you have some cardboard on the floor. We don't allow
Sarah
cardboard
Boone
on
it,
the
yeah,
floor.
Sarah
Only a
Boone it.
rubber mat that can be properly
Like, hey George, hop in that washing machine. He'll go, cool. And he go,
sanitized.
Okay, I did notice that earlier. I'll make sure it's gone.
Okay,
from
thank
now
you.
I didn't notice that huge piece of cardboard. What the fuck? Hey, who did that? Harry.
Your sanitizer bucket.
Oh my God, this is like, if this were like a real life experience, because I don't know, again, I don't know you. Jameson, you've probably been through this, like when an inspector or somebody shows up, that day feels 4 times longer than any other day. Because there's someone there and you feel like you've got to stick up your ass, and every time they make a move, you go, oh my God. Even though you have nothing invested personally, like your boss will still ride your ass about shit, and you just go, oh my God, I should have just had the day off. Why isn't Maggie here? You think to yourself.
That's good, 50 parts per million. Chlorine-based sanitizer must be 50 to 100 parts per million. Blue to purple is just right. Black is
Get a
too
little
strong.
broken, choked up. I was gonna say he's a little choked up over how many parts per million needs chlorine to be.
Keep wiping cloths
My
stored
wife was killed by 150 parts per million. It chokes me up to this day.
in a sanitizer container between use in order to avoid spreading germs. Change out the sanitizer water several times during the day.
Or don't.
John, you have foil on your backsplash of your oven. That's a violation. That's not a sanitizable surface.
Okay.
And
Okay, but here's the thing, motherfucker. If you put foil up between each use and pull it off after each use, I don't get a lot of this stuff. It's like, okay, I understand the spirit of the law in a lot of these cases, and the letter of the law just seems like it's unnecessary in some points. Because like this is a perfect example. If this dude puts up whatever 14 cents worth of aluminum foil to save his backsplash of his oven, a little cleaning, a little whatever, a little time saved, because at the end of his task he can just go Kobe,
I bet he's gonna say that.
and be done. But like, yeah, but you can't. Sure, this dude with the rules that, well, you can't guarantee that you would remove the foil every time. Right. Counterpoint, you can't guarantee I'll give a fuck enough to wash the backsplash every time. At the very least, this is something that you can, like, it'll fall off or something.
Rachel, you didn't see yesterday's video. Rachel says this wins for most depressing instructional video, which is saying something.
I guess you didn't miss yesterday.
Yesterday was
also,
not
your wooden
good.
spoon there, we don't allow wooden spoons because they can't be sanitized
You can't. We don't. I won't. You can't.
properly.
Oh, all right. I'll get rid of it.
I'll keep doing it, but I'll get rid of it.
P.S. Bitch, I just work here. I was supplied the tools. Don't get up my ass about the fucking wooden spoon. This isn't my one from home, right? You didn't say,
I brought
hey,
it from home.
when you come in from work, bring a stirring utensil.
It's
and
his
I
lucky
foolishly
spoon.
chose the wrong one. I work here. Tell the boss, who isn't here.
Right.
He's in Acapulco getting his DS by some poor little Mexican lady who's just trying to make ends meet for her children.
Always wash hands after handling raw
Love that.
meats
Looked
before
amazing.
going to another task. Avoid cross-contamination in storage
If you
by
like
never
scanners
storing raw meat
from
products
Best
or
Buy,
other
Rachel,
foods.
you'll love that video.
We've been doing this for over an hour now. We're 20 minutes to this fucking. We're not going to see commercials tonight, guys. That's no way about that.
Not wash anything in hand wash sink except
Stop
hands.
saying layers. Dude. 7.
Always
We're losing layers by the minute.
Maintain and check frequently.
6,
Hot
5.
cold holding temperature.
Did I say? I thought I
Cook
said
foods
Radio
to the
Shack.
proper
Sorry.
temperature. To be safe, cook all meats to an internal temperature
Who
of at least
doesn't,
165 degrees Fahrenheit. Have containers of sanitizer at proper concentration for wiping cloth storage at each
Wiping your
workstation.
bottom.
Do not use cardboard as a cover on the floor. Do not store
That's just trash. Yeah, I mean, even if you did.
utensils on cloth. No foil on surfaces or to line pans.
Why not?
No tape on utensils and no wooden spoon.
It seems like such a no-brainer. Like, you cook on it, the heat kills the germs, you throw it away. There's less that can go wrong. Am I so crazy? I feel like the world is cuckoo regarding foil.
Do not use single-service articles such as paper cups for scoops or food storage. Always keep product scoop handles
Don't worry
out
about
of the
it, Rich.
product.
Yeah, it's
Happens
okay.
all the time.
Yeah.
John, you just brought that out of the cooler in a single service container. You can't
God
store food
damn
in
it.
a single
Nothing
service
under 10
container.
layers of dip for brick.
Just made it yesterday.
Now you have to throw it out.
Okay. 11 layered dip. But this is my lunch I brought from home. I don't give a fuck. Throw that away.
Throw
and
it
tell your
away.
wife she's a bitch.
It's contaminated.
Gary. Oh my God! Well, there goes my brisket from the Dickie's barbecue. Thanks, sir. So what do I do for lunch? Eat 5 beefy layers or 10 beanie layers in a beef and burrito layer dip?
And let's see, you've got your food laid out here ready to use. You've got used by dates on here. They look good, except this one's expired.
Oh, this one has a 2047 there. No.
How did I miss that?
That one will have to
Yeah,
be
exactly.
thrown out.
How did you? 3 weeks,
All
Gary?
the potentially hazardous foods laid out for use have been properly dated to show a 7-day
The amount of
use-by
food
date.
they
It's
have gotten
important-
rid of in this episode is
Unbelievable.
they could
Number
have
one.
fed a whole all of Africa.
But number 2, this is just dawned on me. This is at least a 2-camera shoot because he turned to the camera that you could see him from the other viewpoint. He turns to the camera that's there. So the potential for editing is there.
The hair
What the
is
fuck?
there.
The hair is there. Stiven.
A succulent
Wow.
layered dip meal.
A succulent 8-layered meal.
to date all prepared foods and to know
Threw
when
that
to
away.
discard.
Yeah, a guy at work said I couldn't bring it to get in a single serve container, so I had to toss it. Honey, that was your
Why?
grandmother's wake meal. Why? Steven?
Why?
My brisket. Why, Steven? Oh, great. This
Hey, Harry, where are you going with
And he
those?
spills the chili just like Kevin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, gonna refrigerate them?
Hey, Gary, you know how to fucking speak? Hey,
His
where you going with
name's
my chili?
Harry.
I diced the onions the night beforehand. Blah.
Well, we have a set procedure you've got to follow. We need to take
Please
the
hurry, this
beans
is
out
hot.
of that deep pan, put them in shallow pans, no more than 4 inches deep, spread them thin,
You
put
should be familiar with 4 inches, Gary.
those pans
Harry
in an ice
Busey.
bath, stir
Yeah, this
them
guy is a time bomb.
Yeah.
until they get cool, then put them in the refrigerator.
He's
After
in my
that,
front yard.
uncovered. Okay?
He is so methed out. Like maybe not again. Maybe I've told this story, maybe I haven't. But like my assistant, my helper, when I was an
Oh, yeah.
electrician, was constantly on meth and speedballs, and he looked just like Gary here. The constant like,
His name's Harry.
always on the lookout. Harry and Gary. My assistant's name was Tracy. A
Yeah.
40-year-old man with a bleach blonde rat tail named Tracy. He made all the right life decisions. He was doing speed.
You used to like tell him to go find a made up thing,
Yeah,
right?
of course you would. Dude was 40 years old. I was 22, and he was my assistant. It was going great for him.
Go ahead and set them back on the stove for now.
God damn it. You know, this
Fuck
guy's
you.
he's like late to his Ohio chat room.
The proper way to chill foods.
Yeah, a rat tail, Rachel. A bleach blonde rat tail. This guy told me a story. He goes, I'll tell you the story because I love it. It was a very, like, so you have blonde goatee, blonde hair, blonde rat tail, and he was constantly like, so one day, we were just hanging out like lunchtime. Every day for lunch, he would bring half a loaf of Wonder Bread and a package of Bar S bologna, and he would basically just like layer them and make a Dagwood. But he told me the story about how he was out with his girlfriend and a buddy of his just running around the desert. And this is his story. His girlfriend wanted to be alone with his buddy for a little while, so he fucked off and just started running through the desert. So he found a pornographic magazine that had the word beaver involved in the title. It's been since lost to me through the years. But he found some moldy old pornography magazine with the word beaver in the title, so he collected this prized item. He brought it back to his girlfriend and presented it to her as a gift, like a crow would to a man giving it a peanut. And she was a little upset by the fact that he offered her moldy desert pornography.
In the meantime, was totally fucking his best friend.
Oh, 100%. He was living in the back of like a boat repair shop while his girlfriend was getting reamed by some dude on meth, I guarantee you. But Jesus Christ, what a life he led. He's the guy I had to draw shapes on all my tools for. Because I would say, Tracy, I need and because he didn't know what tools were, I'd say the triangle, the circle, the square. He knew those. He knew shapes. Boy, did he know shapes.
Whoa.
By using a 4-inch deep container or smaller. This allows the food to cool faster.
See, desert pornography is a very close kissing cousin, if you will, to the like the forest porn of the Pacific Northeast and West, Atlantic Northeast and Pacific Northwest.
What about the middle north?
Forest, you're going to find corn. Here in the desert, you got to go in the desert to find corn.
What about the middle north? What do you get there?
I don't know what the middle north is like. I don't know if you go to a forest or a desert to find corn. Do you go to like just a field, a shady brook, a glen, if you will? I don't know. Where do you get corn in the middle north?
Rachel says, in the last year, I went out with a guy who had a rat tail, but I didn't notice until our first and last date.
Yeah, you make those problems. You come across those problems, right, when you're dating. Rachel, if you're out there on the market, you know these things. Like, the bait and switch is alive and well, right? I told the story before, but I'll tell it again. I got matched with a girl on a dating site. I said, meet me here. I'm waiting in the outside seating area. She drives by in her car. I see her in the window. We make eye contact. She goes, hey. I go, hey. A commitment was made, right? I can't run away now.
Yep.
She walks over and she is a weeble. So from what you can see from a car window, she looked like a normal person. Her ass was 3 axe handles wide. Like, I'm a fan of a big ass. This ass was so big.
How big was it?
Each cheek would have blocked out the sun had it been daytime. Here's the thing. I like large ladies if the proportions are right. And like, if it was just her big ass, it would have been fine. But she also had like the big grandma arms, and like there were some health complications that I didn't feel like signing up for. Like the cankles were a big issue. I go, Jesus Christ, you don't know where they begin or end. So I go, I feel catfished. But I don't know why I was telling that story. Let's move on.
May also need to put the
The dating
container in
game,
an
and
ice
like you
bath
don't know
to
what you're
speed the
signing up
cooling
for.
Process.
The rat
Always
tail.
separate large pieces of food to facilitate the process.
Hey, Harry, what you doing now? Gonna put that out on the steam table? Well, it's not ready.
Why didn't they give this guy any fucking
He doesn't have a
spoken
tongue.
lines? They made thunder happen that night. Not that night. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not unfamiliar with fat ladies. Here's the thing. I tell people,
I've seen the girls he's dated
people
before.
lean into things, right? If you take what society sees as like a bad thing and make it, flip the world on its head and turn it into your oyster. Like if you ever find yourself attracted to fat ladies, good news. There's a ton of them. Like anything out there that, like, especially if you can get latched on to something society finds desirable, you're like one of those people who's like a junk dealer. You buy lots of junk, you pick through it, you find the stuff that makes you know what I mean? Just find something that nobody else has any value for. And if you can kickflip your life into loving that shit, you'll never be hungry at that buffet, is what I'm getting at.
So you don't like the proportions to be right, just big butts.
The proportions have to be right. Like if they're... Why are we talking about this? But you do you, is what I'm getting at. But like if I was going to get with someone of a larger persuasion, they would have to meet certain criteria. They couldn't have all the sediment sink to the bottom. They couldn't have it all up in the Hulk Hogan style guns. They had to be like an hourglass figure still. They couldn't have like a huge gun.
I've seen some of the girls that you've dated before, some pictures, and they were not like that. The last one before I moved into your house, she was not proportion. She was like a potato.
Right. Sometimes you make, I'm not a monster. Sometimes I make accommodations for personality. I don't just say based on looks alone and how big your jugs are. I say, hey, in the beginning, it felt like it was the right thing to do, based on personality.
Here's the thing,
They got a
FDO.
juicy ass. That's a big leg up.
He was not showing me pictures. I saw the pictures from his mother, not from David.
Yeah, my mom was the tank shit for me, so she'll do shit like that. It's a lot.
Put it on the steam table yet. It's got to be.
She was
Notice
like a
you're
sweet
holding
potato.
it with bare
I mean-
Sweet potatoes.
hands.
But here's the thing. You want to hear a funny story? I'm going to tell you it anyway. Like,
They're screensavers.
after I broke up with a girl, right? And it was in, let's say, October. Imagine my surprise to find my ex-girlfriend at my mother's Christmas party that year because she liked her so much she invited her to it. Not worried about how awkward it would make it for me or like how bizarre that was as a human to do, right?
Sure.
She's like, hey, wouldn't that be a fun thing? Like, I enjoyed that girlfriend despite the interpersonal problems you had that obviously made the relationship dissolve. I invited her. Merry Christmas. Boy, it was a great Christmas.
It's got to be heated to 165 degrees before you can put it out there.
Nope, not going to do it.
Reheat it back on the stove.
No.
Or put it
He's
in the
got,
microwave
Why is
like
he
bare
mute?
hands on
I
it.
don't like the fact
He
that
doesn't
he's
have a
mute.
tongue.
Till it's 165.
See
Or,
y'all next year. I fucking hate this guy.
or go ahead and
Let
just put
me
it back
do it.
on the stove today.
What's he
can never-
fighting? What are we doing here? What is fucking happening?
Never put the food out there on a steam table or in a crock
Earlier,
pot
it's
because it
101
just
degrees and
heats the product
slide.
too slowly. Okay? Do you have a stem thermometer?
Here, take this robot.
No, you don't.
You know, you wanted to flip him some birdage.
You should have a stem thermometer at all times.
All
Never leave
leftovers
home
must
without
be
it.
reheated to 165 degrees before placing on the steam table or in a crock-type
This
holding
guy is
pot.
like way too
These
serious
types
about
of
his
units are
job.
only for holding and maintaining temperature at 140 degrees or higher, not for heating
Give a
up.
full hour.
Harry's the type of person who would never see, like, the kitchen. He would be what we would call a dining room attendant. He would be on tray return. He would be on mop duty. He would be
Taking the garbage out.
garbage duty. He would be on table wiping. This dude would never be allowed around food. They would go, hey, dude, wipe up the thing. And he would flip us the double bird, but, you know, they would get done.
Harry's going to put
Heating
him in
to
the dishwasher.
165 degrees should be done rapidly.
Yeah, we're going to hear Aerosmith at the end of this. Where it's, Cheney's got a gun. And it's just like fades to black. And just like, it's like, Harry, no! It's all in slow motion.
Stovetop or in the microwave.
Stovetop,
All
my
kitchen
favorite type of
employees
stove.
should have an available probe thermometer for frequently checking
Probe.
temperatures. Label and date all prepared
Label and
PHFs
date.
that are held over for reuse.
Why
Do
don't
not
you
use
guys
past
come on
that date.
over to my house?
Use a
Oh,
quick
loving a
cooling
dishwasher.
Loving a dishwasher. There's too many syllables.
Loving a
method to cool-
dishwasher.
No, it doesn't work.
Food
Yeah,
wrapped
Loving an
mine-
elevator. Loving a dishwasher.
But that doesn't. No.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't fit.
It does fit if you don't put
Loving an
17 E's.
elevator. Loving a dish.
Washer.
Okay, there you go. Boom. Loving a hot dishwasher. Elevator. That's, you know, some fucking. Leave it to the musical people, Krista. Don't you worry about it. We got it under control. We're having hot love in a hot dishwasher.
before placing into
Dude was living in an elevator. You don't think he was getting laid?
cold storage. Do not use a steam table or crock pot for rapid heating or reheating. Always
But
reheat
slowly reheating. You can always deal with that.
leftovers to 165
No,
degrees
yeah.
Fahrenheit.
Harry, what are you doing in there without the light on? You can't be washing dishes without the light on.
Loving a
Loving
dishwasher.
a hot dishwasher. Look at this fucker.
Harry, you
He's-
can't do your shit
Okay.
in the dark.
Number one, yeah, way underexposed. Where are the fucking set lights? They don't have a money for a lav mic. They don't have money. They don't have overhead lights. Like, where are the not incandescent,
No,
but the
the
fluorescents
point-
above? This guy, he is angry. He is flipping his hands. Look at him. He's getting ready for
The
it.
point is, he was doing it in the dark.
Well, let's see. You've
Just
got your
like Bjork.
dishwashing sink all set up
Dishwashing.
wrong. You need
Oh,
to
this guy's the fucking Harpo of the fucking burger world. He's gonna pull out a banana and like it'll have a zipper cover and he'll be a dog catcher. I don't like this guy. Now that he's the Harpo, I don't like him.
wash, rinse,
Can't call me on violations he can't see.
sanitize. Do you have hot water in the rinse sink?
Come on, Harpo.
Okay, what about
God damn it.
Ah, it's hot.
Do you guys like the Marx Brothers? Watch the
No.
Horse Feathers. Watch any. I think it was what's the one where he's the dog catcher and like he shares the horse's food. I think that's funny. This is by far way less good than that. Shit. Wash, rinse, sanitize.
sanitizer? Do you have
Sanitizer.
sanitizer? You don't have sanitizer. Do you have test strips?
No.
Here's your test strips
What are
right
you, a
here.
monkey?
You need to have
I
sanitizer
don't even work here, and I'm showing you how to do your fucking job, bitch.
in there.
This dude is. Here's the thing. 2 equal opportunity endings for this. Harry goes
Murder.
crazy and murders dude, the safety inspector with a pan, or safety inspector snaps and puts Harry through the dishwasher.
At least
Rinses
100
to
parts
the
per
bone.
million for washing your dishes. Is that sanitizer? Oh, yeah. I see you have it labeled properly.
Oh yeah, I see. And the label can't be a lie. Like you couldn't have pissed in there because it says sanitizer. Like if you filled it full of your bodily fluid and we're doing it intentionally, you couldn't because it says sanitizer.
What's
on
in
it.
his purse? His probing
That's it.
thermometer.
If not using an
is in his
automatic
purse.
dishwasher, the 3-step process must be followed. Pre-scrape food off, then wash in hot soapy water in first sink. Rinse in
Yeah, I don't want to give him a whoosh.
hot water thoroughly in the second sink. Then sanitize by submersion for at least 1 minute in the third sink. Then invert
Okay,
to
yeah,
air
horse
dry.
feathers is the dog catcher. Horse feathers is good. What's the one where you get, they work in Standish Sanitarium? I want to say that was horse feathers, but it's not.
I can't get
It's
into any of
duck
that
soup?
shit.
Standish Sanitarium.
Harry, you can't dry utensils or dishes with a cloth. They have to be air dried after
He just stabs the shit out of us, dude.
sanitizing. You can't use your apron either.
God damn it, Harry. I guess I'm not fired yet.
Well, the manager's not there to fire him.
What is this shot in aid of?
He's showing him how he shouldn't be washing things.
Oh, there you go again now. You've handled dirty dishes.
just gonna
and
beat
then
him in
you
the head
should
with
have
that
washed
pot.
your hands before handling clean
There you
dishes.
go. There you
You need to
go.
wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with
God.
hot water
You
and
have to at least mouth the happy birthday song.
a hand sink before handling the clean dishes, after handling the dirty ones.
That's the rinse sink, bitch. That's not a hand washing sink. Gary!
And over
This
here,
guy probably has kids and a wife. And even beyond the reality of the situation where he's playing this part, the reality in which we all live, where they go, Dad, what did you do today? And he was like, well, I was in a video.
I played an idiot.
So, what did I do today, son? Daughter, gather around. The year is 1996, and I drove up in a 1994 Geo Metro.
it looks like you've got a case of single service
The
items
Cocoa
on the
Nuts
floor
episode
under
went
the
public
sink.
domain,
You gotta
or
have
movie
those
went
off
public
the
Oh,
floor.
really?
And what's
Coconut
this
oil
over
isn't
here?
bad.
Food cases
It would have
on
been
the floor under the sink.
hilarious
Those have
if
to
he
be
turned
off
on
the
that
floor.
faucet and blood came out.
Yeah, it's like you just douched him in blood. And he's like, wah, wah. All of the, I bring this up a lot too with the Mr. Show with the Maryland mozzarella. It's like when Bob Odenkirk keeps making the mistakes, it's like, we'll give you like a third level correction. It's like the bloody diaper. Wah, wah.
Let's see, this is your chemical storage closet, but
Tons
you
of
have food in
chemicals.
here
Where's your
stored with chemicals.
methamphetamines?
No, that's a
That's a
violation,
lot of bleach.
and that's a repeat from your last inspection.
Why
Oh
are the onions by the bleach?
shit!
Clean and sanitize equipment in place that is not to
Where'd
be washed
Brenda
in a
go, or
3-bin
whatever her
sink
name
or
was?
Please
dishwasher.
don't keep your onions next to
Properly
your
use
bleach.
the 3-bin sink method of dishwashing at all times.
This guy is kind of
Wash,
handsome for a
rinse,
minimum wage
sanitize,
disgruntled employee.
air
Which
dry.
one?
I'm assuming Harry.
Always have
no.
sanitizer test strips available to check the concentration of sanitizer.
They're not
Never
really
dry
making meth.
utensils with a cloth. Invert them and let air dry. Always wash hands between handling dirty and clean dishes.
Oh my
Keep
God! You're
lights
never
working
not
and
washing
turned
your
on in all
hands.
work areas.
This food's making me
Do
hungry.
not store cleaners, sanitizers, or other
Not the
chemicals
onions,
with
though.
food
That's the
items,
bleach and onion
utensils,
shelf.
or single-service articles. Do not
Harry, run to the onion shelf and get us a Vidalian.
store food, utensils, or single-service articles
I need
under
a sweet
sinks
yellow
or other
stat.
plumbing.
Oh, that's Clorox, Harry.
Outside should have no high grass and weeds, potholes, standing water, or outside storage.
But what if you're coming down to the good old High Grass and Weeds Burger Hut
And like
with standing water and
potholes, isn't that like the
Potholes,
town's
sorry.
job?
Dumpster doors and lids
That's
should
the
be
town.
kept shut. The grease
Wash your
barrel should
hands
have a
until
lid
they
on it
bleed.
at all times, and the ground should be clean. The front and back doors should
Watch out
have an
for
auto
tremors or
closure,
graboids,
and the doors
if you
should
will.
be sealed. Look for signs of droppings or gnawed products. Glue traps, metal traps, and
Harry's droppings are all over the floor again. And under the shelves. Harry,
snap
how'd you get
traps
them
should
there?
be put against the wall. The bait stations outside should be changed monthly. What's
You have
this?
several sub-bait stations, but one master bait station to serve all the other bait stations, you guys.
All the baiting stations.
Baiting stations. You want one above all, the master bait station.
Turn the page.
Oh, this is an
wash your
over-the-counter
hands.
pesticide. That's not allowed. Only
Wash your hands at the sound of the chime.
commercial use pesticide. For insect control, only commercial use pesticides are allowed. Gel baits and dust work.
Jail bait. That's 15. That's jail bait. 15 will give me 20.
Best for German roach infestations when they're applied in wall voids, cracks, and
You
crevices.
blood hands
For
all
flying
over.
insects, commercial use
Make sure you
peripherin
keep
or
your back door
resmethrin
shut
should
to
be
keep
used.
Harry out.
Light
Look
traps
out,
are allowed,
Harry.
but not above food or food preparation surfaces. Keep the floor wall junctures clean and clear under all equipment.
Oh,
Each
Bob's
food
here.
establishment should have a contract with a
Give
commercial
me 20.
exterminator for regular
Should, probably
service.
can, probably will. God damn it, Harry. He just kicked you over.
Flash. Yep, he's gonna
Like the
just.
old lady in the Titanic. He's just like, see you later, fucker.
Woo!
It's Wallace and Ladmo. They
Oh my
just
God!
get
Onto
juiced
the
with water.
cars.
Yeah, it's got a F-250 over there.
He did it at his car.
Oh, Harry, I can't believe you did that.
That's my 1994 Geo Metro and not a 1997 Toyota Prius. Why ever would you think that? It's so wet. So wet, my Metro is. Gary?
Can't ever pour mop water outside.
You bitch.
Got to pour it in the mop sink. And
Yeah.
also,
What if it gets to the drain?
your mop has to be stored with the handle down and the mop head up.
I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. To the shitter.
Harry, I
That
heard that
sounds
toilet
stupid.
flush, but I didn't hear the hand sink. Did you wash your hands? Got to wash your hands before you
Is he drunk?
return to work after using the restroom.
And he just laughs. Like, oh, Harry, your hands are covered in pubes, but I'll get
He's
you
gonna go
next
check the
time.
toilet.
Pube mac. Hong, hong, hong. There's pubes everywhere. Hey, Harry, there's a skid mark in here that looks like Van Gogh after he cut his ear off. Harry?
Got the plasma
Jesus
squirt.
Christ, it stinks in there, you guys.
Hand sign, got towels, covered trash container, hot
It's
water,
okay, boss. I
soap.
was just smoking fentanyl there.
Look, you can see the cameraman in the mirror here,
Yep,
but also
look at
plenty
that.
of room in these glory holes, plenty of girth, height
Toilet
appropriate.
tissue.
Yeah.
Sanitary napkin bin with liner. Looks really good. The
Lady
door
with
doesn't have an
sanitary
automatic door
napkins.
closure. That is a violation. And out here I see we have a purse and a coat stored with the utensils. That is definitely a violation.
Filthy ass.
He's not writing
The
anything
lights must be
down.
working
He's given up.
and covered or have shatterproof bulbs. Trash cans must have liners, and the trash cans in the customer
You
area
know, the stipulations and like the red tape are at glory holes alone. That's why I didn't have one. I didn't put it in. Because you have to have like, it needs to be, you know, whatever, so many inches above the ground, but it can't be so many inches from the ceiling. It's got to have like a weather stripping that's like water and like, for some reason they want some sort of acidic component to be like protected against it. I was like, Jesus Christ, people can suck their dicks elsewhere, right? So many, like another month I would have been sitting in bureaucratic hell just so people could come to my establishment and slurp each other's knobs. Like, it's not worth it.
You're right, FDO.
Yeah,
Women's
and
restrooms are
Disgusting.
disgusting.
Women's restroom must have a lid. There should be no standing water or backed up drains. The floor should be maintained with no tiles missing or damaged.
Yeah,
The
they
walls
must have
should be
got a
maintained
original
free of
to do that.
holes. The ceiling should be smooth and washable, and all
He
tiles
goes from one side of the stall to the other. He uses his own glory hole.
should be present. If any employee
Pizzeria.
notices any of these maintenance items, they should correct them or report them to their supervisor.
Keep facility free from all insect
Let's repeat this
and
shit
rodent
all over
activity.
again.
Only
Outside
you can
grounds,
prevent insect
keep all
exposure.
trash and
Ah.
debris cleaned up, grass and weeds cut.
Don't
No
cut too much weed, am I right? For $20. What the fuck? You guys can't hear that probably, but my Mummy Michelangelo just fell off my vintage radio. It's very jarring. I think it's probably not broken. Guys, I digress.
outside storage.
Fuck?
Store maintenance equipment properly. Properly dispose of mop and other wastewater.
Right? It's a Halloween type of vibe, right? Here in the middle of June. Whoa! Look, because I'll reach down and pick it up. Here it is.
Oh yeah, part of his mumminess came
It's
off.
spooky. Why did you fall, Michelangelo? Anyway.
Keep restrooms clean and fully supplied with soap, paper towels, and toilet tissue.
Please have your toilet tissue be more than one ply. And God damn it. There has to be something in the Geneva Convention that says if you find a piece of unprocessed like timber in your toilet paper, the owner of the company must like suffer some sort of Nuremberg trial at which it is inassailable. They will be gassed and or chopped up into a fine paste and fed to a group of hogs. Don't cut corners where your ass is concerned, people. Just don't do it. You may feel like, oh, I'm saving so much money or this, that, or the other. Where your ass is concerned, comfort really helps your quality of life, right? I'm just saying. You may not carry it throughout the day and be like, oh, my ass really feels good. But if your ass doesn't feel good, you'll definitely feel the repercussions. Printer
Have covered
paper.
waste container in restroom. Need employee hand washing sign in restroom. All exterior doors and restroom doors must be self-closing.
No, you'll find the bare minimum, what I find acceptable, which you're lucky because I find things to be acceptable at a much higher value and quality.
He's very
than most.
particular.
I'm not going to let your asshole walk into my establishment and be abused.
3 seashells.
I'll put a 4th one if that is what equates to quality and prestige for 5 shells. I'm not above, a little splurging when the ass is concerned.
Do not store
Remember,
personal
David likes a
articles
big
such
ass.
as
The
clothes,
ass.
purses, etc., with food, utensils, or single-service articles.
Constantly have
Maintain
my
all
toilet
walls,
paper run out the
floors,
front door.
ceilings clean and
Oh
free.
yeah, I'm gonna get something to drink just after I visit the bathroom, and then they're coming out with like Macho Man Randy Savage style shoulders and biceps, and I go, "I get back here!" and I fire my double barrel into the air.
Of damage. All lights in kitchen or storage areas should have protective covers.
I need to go over the results of y'all's inspection with you. Let's see here. You had 3 repeats. Food stored in an open can, chemicals
repeats.
stored with
Look, they were in a
food,
morgue for a
hat-trick.
second.
plastic spoons and
You're
forks
going
not
to food
protected in
jail.
the supply room. So you have failed to
Dude, why is everybody's hands just shredded? Nobody in this video presentation has a hand unscathed.
Well,
Days
she
in
had the
inspection.
gloves on first.
I don't care who had it first. None of them have not an injured hand.
I'll have to come back within 2 working days and reinspect. Harry, he was just
Nah.
responsible for too many critical violations.
And does he talk? Seriously.
What's wrong with him,
Is
Margaret?
he like one of these equal opportunity hires? Didn't say a fucking word all day. Ran into him in the bathroom.
In fact,
the
Harry was
sequel? Yeah, where's
responsible
the
for at
sequel?
least
Don't
5
worry,
of the
we've
6
got
critical
40 minutes
violation
left of this one. It's
categories that have
probably the
proven to be
sequel right
ones
after.
No,
most
it's what like FDO had told us before. It is literally the credits.
associated
right.
with causing
17
foodborne
minutes.
illnesses. And they are
And what are you gonna do? 17 minutes of credits to explain 4 people and what they did? We'll see.
as follows. Holding temperatures of hot 140 degrees Fahrenheit and cold
Oh, did
41
she change
degrees
her Band-Aid
Fahrenheit
brick?
must be
Cold.
maintained. Proper cooling down of
Ma
cooked
voilà's
food, rapid
cold.
reheating of foods to 165 degrees,
Very autistic.
cooking
That's what I'm
foods to
saying.
proper internal
He's like a
temperature.
nonverbal autistic that for some reason was allowed to work in the kitchen.
This is his first day.
We had, you work in fast food, you'll get people like that are constantly going to be either baggers or dining room attendants or whatever. Nothing against them, but like Harry should not have been allowed to, like he's a non-verbal, he's probably living at home with his mother who's at the end of her fucking pathetic rope.
Prevention of
You sadistic?
cross-contamination in storage and preparation of food, practicing frequent and proper hand washing.
There's our boss now.
Oh boy.
What's going on?
What's wrong
John
with
called
that?
me and said
Who
the
the fuck? Oh, it's the guy from earlier.
health inspector was here.
Yeah, we failed pretty bad thanks to Harry.
Harry? Who's Harry?
The new guy you hired that started today.
I didn't hire no, that's the punchline.
Oh, he's gonna be like,
Harry doesn't work
He's just
there.
a vagrant.
No, Harry's a ghost. Harry's a ghost that was like he fell into the he fell through the meat slicer. You know, have you guys seen the wrestler with Mickey Rourke? When he smashed his hand in the meat slicer, except Harry fell in and was sliced and then packaged and sent out on a party sub to the Freemasons. He's been a ghost the whole fucking time, guys. This is Sixth Sense levels of like mind blowing.
I haven't hired any new guy.
You didn't hire a nonverbal, slightly balding, autistic, salt and pepper bearded weirdo with a dirty shirt?
He's going to steal the watermelon.
And he steals a watermelon!
As Inspector Roy pointed out, the one employee that was not properly trained
Didn't even fucking work there. So why did we do that? Why did we go through the rigmarole of showing you a man who never received any training, not doing anything right, because, again, he had never received... He didn't work there, guys. He didn't work there. Is it safe? Is it safe?
actually committed many violations,
But he
including
didn't
several
work there.
critical ones that could have contributed to making...
What a twist! There's a Val Kilmer movie out there called Twixt. I recommend it.
R.I.P.
I think it's a Francis Ford Coppola joint, if I'm not mistaken.
someone or even many people very sick. The purpose of the health inspection is to educate the workers and management of the establishment and help them.
But if a person who doesn't work there happens to show up on a day when the boss isn't there and is able to perpetrate an entire workday, what? To what end? To steal a single watermelon?
And to make them
come into
fail their
voluntary
test.
compliance by
The insanity!
pointing out the things that they are doing or have done
Or
wrong.
saying.
The inspector accomplishes this by marking and rating the facility as to how well they are following the rules.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go bail my nephew Dustin out of prison again. Turns out he found another 14-year-old he needed to shave down far.
The purpose of a score or rating on the inspection is
Score.
to allow you to see how good or bad you are doing. By making
People
it
dropping shit
Yeah.
on the concrete floor back there. No need to cut.
It's
No.
fine.
Dude dropped half a gallon of chili.
an unannounced or a surprise inspection, it serves to keep you on your toes as you don't quite know when they may show up. You have to always be ready and
And the fact they're going to stay there for 2 weeks, you have to like bunk down with them.
following the rules. Your job is to correct the violations and make sure they do not reoccur.
And also make sure people who are employed at your establishment spend an inordinate amount of time fucking around behind the scenes. Like they don't have an apron, or for example, or a uniform even. They're nonverbal, let's say.
Other things.
How did he know what to do ever?
Unfortunately, there's generally a high turnover rate in the food industry.
Mostly because they get paid shit, everybody is angry all the time, and it's a very unhealthy industry overall.
Many employees come and go without proper training. It is very important that each of you play your part along with your supervisors to make sure that new employees are properly trained.
But they gloss over this. Again, I bring this up every time we do a training video because it's the most important part that is never addressed because it cannot be. You can train people, you can tell them what to do, you can show them what to do. How do you make them give a fuck about a business that if they work better, profits go up, but they see zero return for their increased productivity?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Lick their ass via a video cassette and tell them they're great and say you'll win a new hat or get a pin for your vest or whatever all day and night.
Yeah.
Like, I own a business, so I work my ass off while I'm at it to make sure it's clean and tidy and people are getting what they want. And I make sure people get their asses licked so they come back and they tip me well. But if I didn't own the place, I would be like, yeah, suck my ring piece, bitch. This is just a day job. I clock in and I make $17 an hour and then I fuck off. You can't make the person on the one side of the coin be the other person no matter what.
Mr. Yabo says, when my old friend got fired from a line cook job, he stole 2 giant salamis and went out the back door.
That has to be something that's built in because there are so many retail and food service jobs that were like, people did exactly that. They go like, you're fired, and they go, smell you later, I'm taking toilet paper or milk or clothes or whatever. It's gonzo.
Be sure and report
least Harry was a
violations to your
self-starter.
supervisor and question them anytime you're unsure about a procedure.
Almost an
They all have
entrepreneur.
had more intensive training in food safety and should be able to have all the answers for you about the food rules, including the more technical aspects such as cooking times, temperatures, and chemical concentrations, etc. But don't be afraid to question
I mean, is it, Rachel? I mean, he's like Sphinx level deep over here.
your health inspector when he comes through either. It's his job to teach you. Once again, we appreciate your joining us today. I hope you
His
have
job to teach you. Fuck of the inflection at the end of that sentence. Moving on.
learned something that you may not have known before.
So here's the thing. 34 minutes, it is over. It is a 51-minute video. What do you expect to see over the next
FDO says PowerPoints.
18 minutes? Look at all the people. Executive producer, director, camera operators. There were 3 of them.
Wow.
Teleprompter. Yeah, baby.
Editor English and Spanish.
DVD. Okay, so maybe this is early 2000s.
Irving.
Kroger, hey, I know them. Taqueria, hey, I know that word. Benihana, hey, I know that. Subway. Fuck you.
That's the only credits. That's it.
No. Oh, there's more. FTO, you said the last. No, this can't be credits, right? Store personal articles properly. Is this just like a recap? This is what plays in the break room all the time. Like, you know, sometimes you walk into like a whatever store, a supermarket, or whatever, and you have like music and like a video playing somewhere of like maybe music videos. This is what plays in the break room of this store all the fucking time. Look at my rings, bitch. This is how hands should look. A 2008 timestamp? Hot damn. Look at this guy. He's touching himself. This is that sex pervert from SVU who is recording women in the toilets all over New York City.
Yeah.
Dr. Venture. He played the voice actor of it. This is the origin of Harry. What the fuck is...
Hand sync.
Accessible. I can access that. Don't pretend like you cut your hand off by hiding it under a towel or in your apron. It's a cruel prank. Wow, am I taken right back to being in an office and like this is hold music because I'm waiting for
Yes, it's the Cisco music.
Yeah. Blue Cross will be like, oh, thank you for calling Blue Cross. How may I direct your call? Your local service federal. Please don't flush sanitary napkins down the toilet. Freeze plenty of ice. Smoke your doobies outside and not over our blocks of cheese and bags of purple onions.
Is that a David Cross thing?
Jackson Pollock apron. It'll hide your unsightly boners. I don't know. It does feel like it's a little better than your average hold music jazz, but not great. A little Herbie Hancockish. Cocky. Don't have gross alien fingers. Have normal
Yeah, like
human
what was
hands.
that?
Your horrifying fingers disgust the populace. Please stop it. Yeah, don't eat above other people's food. Eat your radish and 1 egg at a table. My favorite breakfast. 2 radishes and half an egg. How do you wipe with those? Exactly. I ran into, in a store I was recently into, the girl behind the counter was like, I think I know you. And I go, okay. So I think we work together. I go, okay, so that'll narrow it down. I've had 3 jobs in the past like 15 years. And yeah, totally different. Moral of the story is, like FDO said, she had these long, like resin, like with
Acrylics. They're acrylics.
acrylic nails with like shrapnel and glitter and shit in it. And, you know, like I go, how do you live day to day with that shit? You gotta like get a little toothbrush and make sure there's no like turds and stuff over there.
You learn to use just the pads of your fingers.
Right, but like they're there all like they have to hit.
I could never do it.
Areas.
I don't know how people do it.
Ladies, type of one in the chat. If you've ever poked yourself in the butt. Right, that's the thing. It's one of those things that ladies do. They think that it'll attract men, but it's mostly just like a status symbol for other women that they convince themselves that men like. Here's the thing. Men like tits, ass, lots of things that have to do with like reproductive and or sexually bouncy things. Don't give a fuck about eyebrows, eyelashes. I mean, unless they're totally absent, you go, what the fuck? Eyebrows, eyelashes, fingernails, toenails, any of that shit. Just don't smell terrible, and that's it. Basically, just have all the right pieces in all the right places. No disgusting like stalactites or stalagmites, and voila. Right? Pull the fucking goofy shit off your face. I don't need any, like, plastic running up and down my back. Give it a rest.
It might feel good.
Don't need it. Looks like a stack of bowls, guys. Yeah, don't store
Those
your
scoops.
Those look like just fucking regular old Rubbermaid trash cans. Yeah, this is the music that you would hear. So let's say you're going to Sedona and you go to like the Days Inn and they have like a big like reception area and there's like a big whatever 75-inch TV that has like a slideshow of like Red Rocks and the Vortex and shit, and it's slowly moving through. It's like what to do in Sedona. This is the music that plays
for sure.
Or you're at a dentist office waiting to get like your asshole blown out through your mouth. But yeah, like you're just waiting there, like the person behind the counter is checking you in and waiting for the printer to print out your thing, and they have to run back behind a wall for a minute, and so you're just like looking around, hearing this music. Like just listen and be here with me, like. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, guys, that's probably about it, right? We've been here for almost 2 hours, and I thought we would have a lot less to talk about than this, but here we are. We did it. Food safety, I hope you understand how to keep food safe. It's basically don't be a fucking idiot.
Don't be a Harry.
And if you don't work in an establishment, don't go there. You'll only cause trouble. And the fact that, like, all the employees were like, hey, because, like, did the boss not say, hey, like, we're not having anybody? Yeah. I'm going to run everything by FDO first. That way I'll know if it's good or not. Because sometimes finding out with you, it blows up in my face like a hilarious cream pie. That being said, I appreciate you guys. If you did come and spend some time with us, thank you. We'll be back next week with more good old stuff. Like I said, FDO will be working on maybe some new shows in the future, etc. But I got to get back to real work. But this move has got me lagging. Anyway, I will catch you on the next episode of FFOP Radio, guys. Have a great whatever it is to you.
Bye.
For the try to
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.